peace lover, students on the path of meditation. Good morning, using Bali time. Thank you very much for keep joining to our guided meditation. I am deeply happy to meet you again and again. Some of my good friends in the West, especially in the US, they do FB Live every day. But we here in Eastern society, we have a different culture. If we keep doing FB Live every day, people will accuse us wanting to be a politician, which is dangerous. Some people will attack us because of our ambition to be politician. For that reason, forgive me. We in spiritual family of compassion decide that we just do social media live only once in a month. The cultural background is different. Some of my good friends in the US, it is something common, usual. Everyone do it, doing FB live, Twitter live every day. Nothing happened. But we in Eastern society is a little bit different. For that reason, forgive me, I can only do FB and social media live only once in a month, just to maintain the idea is pure, the intention is pure. If we appear in social media live very often, maybe you will get boring. But if we do it just once in a month, there is some friends still missing my voice, my meditation guide. Many good things can happen. But anyway, by the time we are waiting for 33 minutes past 11, as I promised in social media, we now still have 1 minute waiting for my 1,000 friends who keep joining us in FB Live, in Twitter Live, in YouTube Live, in Instagram Live. Usually there are thousands of friends joining us in guided meditation especially. Hopefully the same thing happened today. The weather here in Ashram Mawalokiteswara, in the high mountain, the northern part of Bali, is cloudy, which is understandable because now we are entering the rainy season. Cloudy. The sky can be cloudful, but do not let the mind being cloudful. And one of the most important functions of meditation is to make our mind grow from cloudful into the cloudless. What I mean by the cloudless mind is you are able to see things as they are. Birds are beautiful as birds, fish are beautiful as fish, eagle are beautiful as eagle. They are perfect as they are. That is what I mean by cloudless mind. As I shared to you in Facebook and Instagram this morning as the spiritual breakfast for our soul, the most important reason why we have a lot of conflict with the others, because we measure the others using our own measurement. The reason why we feel right all the time, because we measure ourselves using our own measurement. As soon as you are able to measure the others using the others' measurement, by then there will be less conflict, there will be less suffering. That is another explanation about cloudless mind. That is also the kind of the mind that we are going to have in the long process of meditation. Now we are already 34 minutes past 11, 1 minute after 33 minutes past 11. Now we are going to meditate. After guided meditation, I'll share to you just to refresh your memory about the previous topic, about watering the seeds of placebo. More than ever, in this time, we need the idea of placebo much more important than another cycle of time, especially because the challenging of our time is very, very complicated. I don't want to put examples since most of you are watching the TV more frequent than me. You read newspaper, listening the radio much more frequent than me. In short, the cycles of the time, which is very challenging, more than ever, make us need placebo effect more important than another time. For that reason, I'll keep sharing to you the idea of placebo effect after guided meditation. Now we are going to meditate together, just to make the mind and heart clean and clear. As soon as the mind and heart is clean and clear, then the idea can flow easily. Then the light which flowing through me can dispel some part of your inner darkness. That is the most important reason why we do meditation before I share to you some of new light today. Now we are going to meditate. My Indonesian friend, sahabat berbahasa Indonesia yang tidak bisa berbahasa Inggris, ringkasan topiknya ada di situs belkedamaian.org. Sekali lagi, belkedamaian.org. Some of my Indonesian friends who have limited ability in English, the translations of the all topic that I share to you can be read in Bahasa Indonesia in my blog belkedamaian.org. The English is bellofpeace.org. Now we are going to meditate. First of all, remember to cross your leg in order to avoid downward movement of energy, because bad mood, sadness, that is a kind of downward movement of energy. Cross your leg. Secondly, make your back and head straight but relaxed. Make your head and back straight but relaxed. Your wings, make it as natural as possible. No need to make it too open, no need to make it too close, simply natural. The positions of your hand, your mudra, it is totally up to you. The Hindus, especially in Bali, are recommended to put your hand like this, releasing Sattvam, Rajas, Tamas, releasing the bad, the good, the holy, the ugly, simply let it go to meet the perfection, the mandala. The Balinese elder call it Sangyang Ambang, the ultimate silence. My good friends in Buddhism, you may follow Borobudur. We in Indonesia, we have very important Buddhist temple in the middle part of Java. The name is Borobudur. If your source of light is in the west, this is your positions of your hand. If the source of your light in the eastern direction, here is the position of your hand. It's totally up to you. Another religion, feel free. As long as you feel calm, peaceful, and natural, feel free. If you have your religion suggesting you to put your position, your hand in a certain position, feel free, as long as you are comfortable and peaceful. Open your eyes a little bit in order to avoid of being sleepy. Just in case your body is perfectly fresh, there is no possibility of being sleepy, you can totally close the eyes. But for the public beginner, it is suggested to open your eyes a little bit. The rest, you may follow my guidance. My holy Guru, wherever you are, the living Guru, the Holy Scriptures Guru, symbolical Guru, the secret Guru, I'm going to guide thousands of students on the ancient path of meditation. Kindly allow me to be your own humble servant. Now we are going to meditate. As I keep sharing from one guided meditation to another guided meditation, in the more advanced level, to meditate is to take a perfect rest. To put it more precisely, to take a rest from any kind of inner conflict and inner critic. Rest your mind from any kind of duality like false, true, right, wrong, dark, light, sorrow, joy, pain, pleasure. Simply resting the mind from any kind of duality. That is the innermost core of meditation. Some of you may still remember most of energy drain come from the critical and conflicting mind, especially by opposing right and wrong, true and false, sorrow and joy. And as soon as you rest the mind, resting the mind from any kind of duality, any kind of critic and conflict inside, most of the energy drain that come out from the mind will totally stop. As a result, the body will have all the capacity to heal itself. For that reason, always remember, rest the mind. Rest. That is the innermost core of meditation. To put the idea more practical, rest the mind in the gap between two breaths. Between in-breath and out-breath. Between out-breath and in-breath. There is a gap. No need to prolong the breath. No need to shorten the breath. Simply feel the gap between two breaths without negative positive, without expecting something positive, without rejecting something negative. Simply feel the gap between two breaths. That is precisely what I mean by resting the mind. The mind can jump into thousand directions without any guilty feeling. Bring the mind back to the gap between two breaths. Suffering mind is like ships in the ocean, which is full of waves, going up when being praised, going down when being blamed. That is the suffering mind, like ship in the ocean which is full of waves. In the moment when you feel the gap between two breaths, you bring the ship of the mind into the beach of peace. In other words, the gap between two breaths is like the anchor connecting the suffering mind with the beach of peace. Now, feel the gap between two breaths. The most important reason why I keep suggesting to you to rest the mind in this moment as it is, because everything is the dancings of the same perfection. Everything is the dancings of the same God if you believe in God. Everything is the smile of the same Buddha if you are students on the path of Buddhism. As dolphins beautify the ocean by being dolphins, as butterfly beautify the garden by being butterfly, you are beautifying Mother Earth by being yourself as you are. You are beautifying Mother Earth by being yourself as you are. That is another approach of resting the mind. Feel the gap between two breaths. Like the space which gives place for any kind, anything negative and positive, like the space. That is the direct output of resting the mind in the gap between two breaths. All the inner conflict and inner critic will totally stop. Rest the mind in the gap between two breaths. Quoting from one of the ancient scriptures of Tibet, the head of Mother Earth, the dry season does not reduce the amount of water in the universe. Raining season does not increase the amount of water in the universe. In the same way, blame, praise, failure, success, illness, health, they do not decrease something, they do not increase something. For that reason, remember to rest the mind at the gap between two breaths. Meditation is an important key to unlock the door of freedom. The more you rest the mind at the gap between two breaths, the more you unlock the gate of freedom. Rest the mind at the gap between two breaths. Some of you who learn quantum physics especially, you know already your universe manifesting into human body, meaning you are both darkness and light, you are both night and day, you are both pain and pleasure, sorrow and joy, sadness and happiness. For that reason, rest the mind at the gap between two breaths. Rest. In the spiritual family of compassion, we have been sharing this core of meditation for more than 10 years. Since everything is the dancings of the same perfection, remember, whatever the blessing of this moment, simply accept, flow, smile. Accept, flow, smile. Everything is the dancings of the same perfection. That is also the most important reason why in English language the now is called as the present. The now is a gift. It is the spiritual gift of peace. Rest the mind at the gap between two breaths. Keep growing, beautiful soul. Keep growing until one day you will understand through personal experience. Samsara and nirvana are no longer two. Samsara and nirvana are two sides of the same coin. And the shortest path toward that goal is rest the mind at the gap between two breaths. Whatever the blessing of this moment, from numbness until peace of mind, from the voice of raining fall until the singing birds, use it as holy bell to return back to the gap between two breaths. At the same time, always remember, the now is called the present because the now is a spiritual gift of peace. How to open the gift of peace? Simply rest the mind at the gap between two breaths. The more you rest the mind at the gap between two breaths, the more you will release yourself from the guilt of the past. The more also you release yourself from the fear of the future. Let me repeat once again, since this is very important. The more you rest the mind at the gap between two breaths, the more you will release yourself from the guilt of the past. The more you will release yourself from the fear of the future. The only thing that left is only the peaceful present. Rest the mind at the gap between two breaths. In this universe, everything keeps flowing like the dry leaf falling and one day appear in the form of young leaf. Waste today will become beautiful flower one day. Beautiful flower today will become waste in another day. The same thing happened with sad, glad, bad, good, false, true, blame, praise, they all flowing. Since everything keep flowing, the only medicines of peace is flow. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus is true in this case. No one can step into the same river twice. No one can experience this present moment twice. For that reason, rest the mind at the gap between two breaths. At the same time you rest the mind at the gap between two breaths, remember to smile. Smile is a sign that you are no longer a victim of the past and the future. You are no longer a victim, you are now a master. The masters of the present. Repeating the previous message, the more you rest the mind at the gap between two breaths, the less energy draining that come out from the mind. As soon as the body has sufficient energy inside, the body will be able to heal itself. That is the innermost core of meditation heals. Like day and night, weeks keep changing and flowing. The same thing happens with sad, glad, pain, pleasure, bad mood, good mood. Everything keeps changing. Suffering happens when you attach to the positive and reject the negative. That is the root of suffering. Peace happens to you when you perfectly flow with this moment. Accept, flow, smile. After spending long enough time resting the mind at the gap between two breaths, now we learn to forgive. Especially without forgiving, the soul will never grow and glow. First of all, visualize a crying baby on your left side. It is the symbol of soul wound from the past. It is the symbol of your own pain, your own soul wound that come from the past, especially from childhood. Visualize a crying baby on your left hand, called the bad memory of the past. It can be the divorced parents, being wounded in the form of sexual harassment in young age, being left behind by your boy or girl friends, being bullied by your friends in the school time, and any kind of bad memories from the past. Call them, symbolized as a crying baby on your left hand. Now, before learning to forgive the others, learn to forgive yourself. And the practical meditative way, the practical and meditative way to forgive yourself is giving space. Simply giving space to all those bad memories of the past. Giving space without any resistance. At the same time, remember, there is no punishment, there is only spiritual lesson. There is no mistakes. There is only soul which keep growing from one maturity into another higher level of maturity. Give space to those bad memories of the past without any resistance. That is the practical meditative approach of forgiving yourself. For your information, even the great master, the holy souls of the past, committed mistake in the beginning as part of their soul journey to be mature. That's why Sri Ram in Hinduism, sending arrow to the leg of Subali at the age of 7 years old, Prince Siddhartha in Buddhism, left behind his home early in the morning, make his father and his wife deeply sad. The same thing also happened to the commoner and the ordinary people like us. We also committed mistakes in the past. And those mistakes are not here to punish you. Those mistakes are not here to burden you, but they bring you countless spiritual lessons. That is the way to forgive your mistakes of the past. No need to blame yourself. No need to blame your parents and the others. It all happened already. Now shifting the mind from punishment into spiritual lesson. Having angry parents, of course, were very wounding. But see all of them as the lessons of being more mature. Being left behind by girlfriend and boyfriend in school time, of course, it is a kind of suffering. But use it as a promise to be a good parent, a good lesson to guide your children one day. That is the practical way to forgive the mistakes of the past. Let me repeat once again. Even the great master like the Buddha and Sri Ram committed mistake in the beginning as part of the soul journey to be much more mature. Now do not hesitate to forgive yourself. No doubt you are able to forgive yourself. The practical meditative way is giving the space to those bad memories of the past. Every time those bad memories of the past visit you, giving space without any resistance. That is the practical and meditative approach of forgiving yourself. After forgiving yourself, now we learn to forgive the others. Someone who harmed you in the past. It can be angry parents. It can be naughty friends who bullied you in the school time. It can be boy or girl friends who left you behind. Anyone who harmed you in the past. Now visualize the second crying baby on your right hand. The symbol of soul wound of the person who harmed you in the past. In order to make the rose of forgiving beautifully bloom within, please deeply contemplate the following message. It is not only you who are wounded. The person who wounded you also wounded, even worse. We are wounded by our unmature parents. Our parents are wounded by grandparents. Grandparents were wounded by their parents. That is the long chain of suffering in this samsaric realms. And you can cut those long chain of suffering by sincerely forgive. Now visualize the crying baby on your left hand, your soul wound, giving beautiful rose of forgiving to the crying baby on your right hand, the soul wound of the person who harmed you in the past. At the same time, always remember the beautiful message of the late Nelson Mandela. Without forgiving, you will bring portable prison wherever you go. Without forgiving, you will keep consuming poisons every day. For that reason, no matter how hard inside, learn to forgive. Let me repeat once again, since this is very important. Without forgiving, you will bring portable prison wherever you go. Without forgiving, you will keep consuming poison every day. To make your soul journey perfect, now we call the white light of Father from the sky and the red light of Mother from earth. First of all, call the white light of Father from the sky. Enter your crown chakra and resting in your fourth chakra of the heart. Secondly, call the red light of Mother from earth, entering your first chakra in the lower part of your body. Also resting in the fourth chakra of the heart. Both white light of Father from the sky and red light of Mother from earth, giving birth to the light of love in the heart. Now visualize the pink light of love in the heart, shining through your heart. In order to make the light of love feel to be true and real, now contemplate the long list of gratitude, because gratitude is one of the clear language of love. Now make a long list of love inside. Make a long list of gratitude inside. From healthy body into a happy family. From having beautiful motorcycle, car, and having beautiful home. Make a long list of gratitude. It is the sign that the energy of love is there. Since the light of love is clear already in your heart, now share the light of love to every single cell of your body, especially the part of your body which is painful. If you have pain in your head, share the light of love to the head. If you have pain in your leg, share the light of love to your leg. That is one approach of becoming the best healer to yourself. Now share the light of love to the close and loving one. It can be your husband, your wife, your children, your close friends. Send all of them the light of love by remembering their goodness. Now send the light of love to the person who harmed you in the past. They are also good and kind. Especially because of them, you become much more mature, wiser, and more patient as well. Send your enemy the light of love. To make your love unlimited and unconditional, now share the light of love to the lower, middle, and upper realms. From hell, Satan, Gumatat Gumitit, animal, all virus, include coronavirus, plant, Mamadi, human beings, demigods, gods, all being in samsaric realm, lower, middle, upper realm, the realm of Dharma protector, Mother Kiwa, Father Tengan, dragon, Garuda, lion and tiger, realm of Arahat and realm of Bodhisattva. Let send the light of love to lower, middle and upper realm, to make your love unlimited and unconditional. As soon as you open your eyes from meditation, remember to whisper deep into your soul the beautiful mantra of Aham Prema, meaning I am love, who is here to share love. Make it 3 times. Aham prema, aham prema, aham prema. I am love who is here to share love. Deep thank you, beautiful friend, light seeker, peace lover, students on the path of meditation wherever you are. Not only in Bali, in Indonesia, some of you also come from outside Indonesia. Deep thank you. One of my close friends, a beautiful lady in Scotland, keep telling me in Twitter land, she keep following our guided meditation. One of my beautiful friends in the US also shared the same story in the Twitter land. They enjoy a lot of peaceful vibrations in our guided meditation. Now we are going to refresh our memory about the previous message, watering the seeds of placebo. Watering the seeds of placebo effect. As I told you before, the challenge of our time is very challenging. I cannot imagine that the challenge of our time will be such complicated. I am no longer young. I don't need to share my age to you, but I am no longer young. Experiencing a lot of things in life. Reading thousands of books because I got my postgraduate in England. Attended top management course in INSEAD, France. A lot of things happened in my life from young age. But this challenge of the time is very, very challenging. Much more complicated than what I imagined before. For that reason, more than ever, this is the cycle of the time where human beings need the idea of placebo effect more important than ever. For that's why I'm never boring to share to all of you to be your own best healer, especially by maximizing the placebo effect. What I mean by the placebo effect, I practice it already to my own body for more than 10 years. It heals my body a lot. What I mean by the placebo effect, someone is healed not because of the external medicine, but someone is healed because of the internal medicines of belief and faith. To be frank to you, as soon as you have enough energy inside, grow from one state of balance to another state of being balanced, your body have all the capacity to heal itself. The key word is maximizing the placebo effect. Now I will refresh your memory what I mean by placebo effect. Please remember, in our cycle of the time, brain is considered to be the master organ. Brain is the master organ. You can imagine the weight of the brain is only 2% of the total weight of the body, but brain consumes more than 20% of the energy that we consume inside. That is one of the reasons why the brain is considered to be the master organ. For your information, brain cannot distinguish between the true reality and the reality which is produced by the mind. That is the conclusions of countless neuroscientists. Brain cannot distinguish between the true reality outside and the reality which is produced by the mind. Whatever the conclusions of the mind, brain simply processes inside. For that reason, be careful with your mind. So that's why in the long study of placebo effect, it is very important to put the positive message after the word I am. I am happy. I am gratitude. Yeah, I am healthy. Because as soon as the mind whispering to the brain, I am happy, I am healthy, then the master organ of the brain will release positive hormone. As a deeper understanding, as the following deeper understanding, please keep a note in your heart. The meeting point between mind, body and spirit, we have, to put it simply, we have three components inside our body: body, mind and spirit. Do not talk about the unseen parts. Mind and spirit are unseen. When it comes to the seen part, which is our body, it is very complicated. Many health journals like Harvard Medical School explicitly wrote, human body is the most complicated machine here in samsaric realm, the most complicated machine. We just talk about the seen part of our body, physical body. But do not forget, there is the intersection point between body, mind and spirit. The intersection point between body, mind and spirit is the biochemical reactions of the brain. Imagine, this is body, this is mind, this is spirit. These three components, they meet in one point. That is the biochemical reactions of the brain. For that reason, let me repeat once again. It is extremely important to put a positive message after the word I am. Don't call yourself, I am illness, dangerous. I am pain, dangerous. Make it the opposite. I am happy. I am successful. I am gratitude. Why? Because the brain cannot distinguish between true reality and the reality which is produced the mind, which is produced by the mind. As I keep sharing to all of you from one session to another session, if the statement of the mind is negative statement like I am stressed, I am pain, I am failure, the brain will produce unhealthy biochemical reaction like adrenaline and cortisol. And those negative biochemical reactions of the brain, it will poison your immune system, it will poison your cardiovascular system and another system inside the body, which will worsen your body from time to time. The most important reason why I keep sharing to all of you, please put positive statement after the word I am. I am happy. I am successful. I am gratitude. As soon as the mind makes positive statement to the brain will produce the positive biochemical reaction like oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, which will strengthen your immune system, will strengthen your digesting system and another system inside the body. As a result, the body will have all the capacity to heal itself. So that's why I keep sharing to all of you the intersection point between body, mind, spirit is the biochemical reactions of the brain. For that reason, please do remember, put the positive message after the word I am. I am healthy. I am optimist that I can heal myself. I am light. As a result, the brain will release the positive biochemical reaction like oxytocin, which help improve the quality of your health. Now we are entering the practical step of watering the seeds of placebo. That is the spirit of the ideas. Now the practical steps. It has been published everywhere about the research of placebo effect, the finding of research from the University of Toledo. Those who are optimism inside have stronger placebo effect rather than those who are pessimism. Please make a note. Those who are optimist inside have far stronger placebo effect rather than those who are pessimist. For that reason, the first practical step, be optimistic that you are going to be able to heal yourself. Be optimistic. It is not blind faith, but it is the faith which is built based on systematic belief and systematic research, long research. The first step, remember, develop your own inner optimism. No matter how bad your pain is, no matter how bad your challenge of life is, be optimistic. That is the first and the most important step in watering the seeds of placebo effect. Be optimistic. The second one, it has been widely published in many medical journals. 60% of your immune system come from the gut. 60% of your immune system come from your gut. Take good care of the thing that you put inside to your gut. Be sensitive to the response of your gut. It's like the quality of your poo, the quality of your pee. Listen closely to the response of your gut, because 60% of your immune system are in the gut. As soon as you carefully select your food, especially, your own inner belief and your own inner faith also develop from one time to another time. One of the old scripture in the ancient Eastern tradition is called Ayurveda. The age is more than 5,000 years. In Ayurveda, it was explicitly said like this: if you consume the wrong food, then any medicines will not help. If you consume the right food, then any medicines will not be needed. In short, nutrition, the food, is considered to be the ultimate medicine. If you know what is the right food to your own unique body, to your own unique disease, you consume the ultimate medicine. As a result, you are watering the seeds of placebo effect. Please make a note, the quality of your relationship with the plant-based food is very unique, different from one body to another body. There are two bodies which I know very close in my current life. First of all, of course, my own body. Second one is the body of my wife, because we spent life together for 42 years, long enough time. My body loves C vitamin, but the body of my wife hates C vitamin. Excuse me. My wife loves to drink some milk, but my body does not like to drink milk. The same thing happens with any fruit and vegetable. The quality of our relationship with fruit and vegetables is very unique. Here in ashram, I keep healing my gut, my stomach, using the young leaf of a clove trees, because one night I heard in the dream the mother nature whispering to me, you take the young leaf of clove tree, rub in your stomach, it will heal all the disease inside you. I do it every day. I do it in almost every morning. But my wife does not like it, because the quality of our relationship, with plant-based medicine is unique. It cannot be compared. Remember, the first one, be optimistic. The second one, be sensitive with your food, because 60% of your immune system come from the gut. The third one, which is not only recommended by spirituality, a yogi in Himalaya, but also recommended by researcher in a longevity gene. One of the famous name in this case is David Sinclair, a famous professor from Harvard University, a young man from Sydney. David Sinclair spending long time enough to study longevity gene. The third step that I'm recommending to you, intermittent fasting. I tried already to my body more than 10 years. I do intermittent fasting almost every day. What I mean by intermittent fasting, if you have your dinner 7 o'clock in the evening, after dinner stop, don't consume any more food. You may drink warm water if you like, but the next breakfast should be 12 years after that, 7 o'clock in the morning. That is simple intermittent fasting that I do to myself. The implication is very good. The third one, remember to do intermittent fasting. It is not only suggested in the ancient path of yogi in Himalaya, India, Tibet. I do it myself more than 10 years, intermittent fasting. But it is also suggested by one of the famous professor about longevity gene in the world. His name is Professor David Sinclair, a professor from Harvard University. Intermittent fasting. The simplest intermittent fasting is 12 hours not consuming any food. I do it to myself. I myself have dinner very seldom. Usually I have no dinner. I only have lunch. My breakfast mostly fruit. I do not make any juice. I make the juice inside my mouth. Why? Because I have been reading in many journals. Our saliva can help our immune system. So that's why I still remember in one of the Harvard Medical Journal, there is a statement like this: if you choose between drinking orange juice or consuming orange, choose consuming orange. Why? By making the juice inside our mouth, there is a mix between fruit and our saliva. And saliva can increase the quality of your immune system and digestive system. So that's why for more than 8 years, I never make any juice for myself. I make the juice inside my mouth. The combination between fruit, vegetable, and my saliva. Remember, intermittent fasting. Juice in the mouth also important. And please remember, there is a unique connection between someone's body with the plant. I am very close to aloe vera. Every time I have bad mood, I take aloe vera in ashram. I put it in my face, in my neck, just bad mood gone. What is the reason? I do not know. I do it every evening. Bad mood, take aloe vera. The mother nature tell me, in the beginning of my retirement year, I keep asking to my surrounding environment, I have bad mood every morning. Please give me any medicine. The answer is aloe vera. I do it every evening. And one of the important spiritual medicines that which I keep sharing to thousands of beautiful friends is the combination between being balanced and spiritual connection. That is the fundamental ideas about spiritual medicine that we keep sharing from one year to another year. Combination between being balanced and spiritual connection. I practice it also more than 10 years. Whenever I am boring inside my room, I just walk in the ashram, just walking, sometimes sweeping the garden. Be balanced between stillness and movement. Every time I'm boring to feel a little bit lonely here in ashram because there is only me and my wife, I just sweep the garden outside the ashram, sometimes meeting some villager. Hey Pagli, how are you? Just spending a few minutes talking to villager. The feeling of lonely simply disappear. Be balanced. Be balanced also making ourselves happy and making the others happy. Be balanced in a very broad sense. The second one, combining between being balanced and spiritual connection. Among all breeds that are available that help us to have spiritual connection, the best breeds is gratitude. So that's why I keep whispering the beautiful prayer of thank you countless time every day. Again, countless time every day, I keep whispering the beautiful prayer. Thank you, thank you. In Bahasa Bali, it is called Matur Suksma, Matur Suksma. I keep whispering to my own secret guru, Matur Suksma, deep thank you, deep thank you. That is the way how to make my soul well spiritually connected. Why? Because in the moment of the gratitude, you tell your brain that you receive what you wish. Let me repeat once again. The reason why gratitude is very important. In the moment of gratitude, you tell the brain that you receive what you want, what you wish. As a result, the brain will release the positive biochemical reaction like dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. That is the way how to become your best healer. That is the message of this morning. Guided meditation. We do guided meditation almost 1 hour. And I refresh your memory about watering the seeds of placebo effect. Simply to help all of you, my spiritual friend, to be safe and healthy in this challenging time. Hopefully, it will be useful and meaningful to you and your family. Hopefully, the light that flowing through me will dispel some of your inner darkness. Deep thank you, beautiful friend, beautiful heart, light seeker, peace lover, students on the path of meditation. Deep thank you. See you this evening, 18 minutes past 6 o'clock Bali time. Thank you. Sabisata Bhavantu Sukhitata.